injury issues. You'll remember that William Saliba, Martin Odegaard, the captain, and Ben White all missed that FA Cup tie against Mansfield over the weekend. Declan Rice, Martin Zubamendi and Gabriel didn't travel. And in the game, Ricardo Calafiori and Leandro Trossard were both forced off injured. But of those 8 players, only the skipper, Martin Odegaard, and Ben White didn't take part in that open training session. The other 6 players did take part, as did Kai Havertz. And Kai Havertz will be joining Mikel Arteta from around 6 o'clock this evening when they'll be facing the media, and we'll be bringing you the best of that right here.
Yeah, Rob, we were just talking about that lovely graphic that we showed, didn't we? And obviously set pieces are Arsenal's speciality at the moment, but they are getting accused of being a little bit, you know, well, I'm not even going to put the words out there, but Fabian Hertzler said...
Say it.
Said what he said after the Brighton game, didn't he? He wasn't very happy. He felt they were time wasting. He's slowing the game down. Where do you agree with any of the criticism that they're facing at the moment, or actually should they just be winning games and that's all they need to focus on?
I actually see a little bit of a contradiction in terms of, if I look at what the Premier League has for the last 30 or so years, a good team has been seen as the one that finds a way and delivers, and if they don't play well on the day, they find a way. It's a set piece, it's a breakaway, they win 1-0, and that was seen as an excellent team because they kept a clean sheet, went and won the game without playing well. This Arsenal team does that. So for me, I think they actually deserve a lot more credit than they're getting, because I think this is my take on it. I think we're seeing a very different champion, or possible champion, because this is a team that leads. Historically, we saw great players at the top, flair players, number 10s, and with the tricks and the skills and the goals. And I think we're seeing a team that their best players actually play at the back, but the other thing is they're the best pressing team, because how they press, Gyökeres, Saka, Madueke, Martinez, whoever it is, if it's Eze or Ødegaard, the way they press is one of the very, very best. And it's almost like they use up 90% of their energy in that way, and sometimes they're a bit tired when it becomes the quality moment. And that's why sometimes their forward players are scoring maybe less goals. Now, this is what I see, because I think pressing-wise and the way they swarm players, I remember the Bayern Munich game in the Champions League and how good they were. And I think Madueke scored, I believe, I think one of the goals came from that. Yeah. And how good they are at their pressing has become almost the creative moment in how Arsenal play. Of course, I think they're a team that is so good in other areas, and I think they deserve a lot of credit because they're so good at every area. Transitions, very, very good. Defensively, brilliant. Attacking wise, they could do better, but they're really, really good, because you won't give any of their players half a chance because they will score. So they're so good and almost functional and very good in all the areas, but not incredible or outstanding or deliver with a lot of flair going forward. I think that's one of the key things with Arsenal. They deserve a lot of credit, though, because they're top of the league, they're top of the Champions League. What else do you want?
Yeah, and they're fighting on all fronts, aren't they? They've still got the Carabao Cup final to come, and they're still in the FA Cup, with potentially a really good tie for them as well. We saw the pictures there, laughing, joking. Is that really important as well, to get that team spirit flowing all the time? Is that what he's got to do all the time, is keep their spirits really high?
Yeah, I think with Mikel Arteta, the thing that I've seen over the years with him and his evolution as a manager, I think he's so good at, number one, handling the press and handling the media attention, but also I think he's excellent at making sure his players are always prepared, always ready, including, I think, one of the things that we have to see more is that personality, laughing. I love the shots of Arsenal laughing and joking during training, because as a football player, that's some of the things that when you kind of retire, those are the things that you think about when you were laughing and joking in training. Even though, yes, of course, it's serious. Of course, you train properly. But the laughing and joking is part of it, because for you to produce great football, fighting relegation, are you close to Europe? And that's a possibility. Of course, you think that. But in terms of, like, you being performing on that day or that game, That's how I kind of thought. I think there's players in dressing rooms where they're worried a little bit more because their impact is, okay, if I make a mistake here, if I do this, or we've let in 2 or 3 goals in the last 2 or 3 games, and, if we don't want to, so they're a little bit more nervous in that way. And for me, the best approach is, and I learned this as I was going, and I was lucky enough to have a bit of this, is that self-confidence to not worry so much. Okay, well, you're fighting relegation. Okay, let's go. I'm ready for it. And I think you have to be more ready for it. And I think the approach of, listen, it's just football. The approach of you being ready for the challenge is bigger than being nervous.
All right, brilliant, as always from you. Look, stay with us.
The stage is set for a thrilling UEFA Champions League showdown as Bayer 04 Leverkusen prepare to face Arsenal FC in what promises to be a massive European clash. Both teams have been in impressive form, making this matchup one of the most exciting fixtures of the round. Fans across Europe are eagerly waiting to see which side will take control of this high-stakes encounter. Face screaming a fierce soccer ball. Arsenal arrive with confidence after strong performances this season. Under the guidance of Mikel Arteta, the Gunners have developed a balanced style that combines attacking creativity with defensive discipline. Their ability to control possession and create chances has made them a dangerous opponent for any team in Europe. However, Leverkusen will not make things easy. Known for their high-energy football and tactical organization, the German side has proven they can compete with top clubs. Playing at home could give them an extra boost, with their passionate supporters creating an intense atmosphere for the visitors. Key players could make the difference on the night. Arsenal will look to stars like Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard to unlock the defense, while Leverkusen will rely on their attacking threats to challenge Arsenal's back line and capitalize on any opportunities. With both teams chasing progress in Europe's biggest competition, the stakes couldn't be higher. Whether it's tactical battles, moments of individual brilliance, or late drama, this Champions League clash promises to deliver an unforgettable night of football. Fire Trophy Soccer Ball.